today. From Soldier Field in Chicago.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Now it's Murphy. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback in his 12th season now from the University of Texas. That's Colt McCoy.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Well, let's face it, when you hold someone to just 6 points in a game, the feeling that you have among your team is that you're not going to lose very many of those. That's the way to get it done.
From the 31, McCoy. Complete. Richardson has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. From just shy of midfield, McCoy. That's into the hands of Gafford, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Daniels. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A huge play there for Arizona. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
it was good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisions something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
Yeah, no sign of him cooling down at all.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And you figure this should be a healthy, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now McCoy. He'll get this to Ward. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allowed a completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him, because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll set him back 5. Here's McCoy. And McCoy loses the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They'll set up to throw. Rolling to his left. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. For Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run it with Ward. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Ward. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground with Ward. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. First carry for James Conner. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
To throw on 3rd down, McCoy. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Stocker's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Six yards left on 2nd down. Back to throw here. And he slings one that's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They start the drive with Conner. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Ward. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Back to throw. McCoy.
He'll go out to the flat for Edmonds.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
But they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw. 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The Bears on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down.
A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. McCoy. His throw incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. McCoy. And now another one thrown incomplete. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And He's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Taking on the midfield logo. 8 yards on the return, following a punt of 41. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
A strong running.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got his tight end here. It's Holtz. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd and 4. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead.
Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Now the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now it's Murphy.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On 2nd down, it's Ward. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Now it's Murphy.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give him a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Throwing again on second down. McCoy. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The Cardinals on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. McCoy. That's complete to Ward. Got some room at the 30. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Connor on the read option. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
2nd and 16.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
On third down, McCoy. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. fielded just inside the 20.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Following the fumble recovery, McCoy over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Over the middle, completes this to Ward. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. On 1st and 10, McCoy. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long, McCoy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. McCoy, he finds his man, complete. That's Ward. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces, because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll throw now on the final play. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
This is taken just shy of the 10. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
2nd down and 4.
They'll look to throw here. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. And brought in by Luke Stocker. Touchdown, Bears! Luke Stocker, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Now for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now it's Murphy.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Operating from the gun, McCoy. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30.
13 yards, the tally on the return there.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Chicago offense set to get started.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw again. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. So out now come the Cardinals. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
2nd and 11 at the 41.
Looking to throw. McCoy throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, McCoy.
And this pass broken up. But the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 18.
Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Back to throw now on first down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Completes a short throw to Stocker. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop.
They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Throwing on first down, McCoy. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Again on the ground. Again, it's Ward. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, McCoy. And this one complete to Gafford. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 3rd down, Ward. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Connor. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Connor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. McCoy. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Richardson. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
I'm glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Looking to throw. McCoy. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And to give this time to the tailback. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCoy. He finds his man. Complete. It's Wood. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 4th quarter, every drive is so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
On 1st down, McCoy. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And this one will be back to the 22. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Marco Wilson, the one to bring him down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
The Bears on third down. Just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. McCoy. And he fends him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. McCoy. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Andy Lee now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. But now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Johnny Holden, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Bears are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
He has really settled in throwing the...
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now it's Murphy.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
On 1st and 10, McCoy. He finds his man, complete. It's Ward. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe 1 block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
From the 31, McCoy. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, McCoy. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off around the 37.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 120 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run. It's Barner. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now a run for Barner. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Barner. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Chicago, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Arizona, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.